Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. And Logan Sargent completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Norris, Gasly, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Stroll, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Albon, Zhou, Hülkenberg, Ocon, Hamilton, Sainz, Russell, Bottas, and Oscar Piastri. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. Here we go then. The formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint. Ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
What the f was he doing?
Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment, just be careful. Okay, we're sat in P12 now. Stroll is ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. That's Hülkenberg behind. They're on fresh mediums. Our gap to first place is 8.9 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, 18 laps to go. Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment. Just be careful. Okay, DRS is now available. Albon's ahead of you, and gap to the car in front is 2.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Time last lap was a 1 minute 27.2. Okay mate, this is not good, you're losing 3 seconds a lap. Teammate ahead is 8.9 seconds. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:25.3. We don't currently have the data for that request. Underbody's taken a little damage, just watch out for it. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Okay, good work, great pass. And that's us in 10th position. Okay, Magnussen ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. That's Albon behind you. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, so gap to the leader is 0.0 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Gasly's ahead of you. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 1.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 27.3. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. That's Gasly ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1:27.6. This is excellent stuff. You're closing in by 7/10 a lap. Trailing our teammate by 9.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Time last lap was a 1 minute 26.7. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. And you've got P7, 7th place. Gasly's ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. That's Ricciardo behind. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums. The distance to the leader is 16.9 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. And 11 laps to go. to your teammate ahead is 9.3 seconds. Flag. Currently sat in 6th. Leclerc is ahead of you. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 5.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Gasly behind. They're on old mediums. Okay, gap to leader, 17.6 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 9 laps to go. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 4.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Your last lap time was a 1:27.6. This is excellent stuff. You're closing in by 7/10 a lap. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 4.0 seconds. strong, but be aware these tyres need to go the distance. Is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 3.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1 minute 27.7. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. Okay, gap ahead is 3.6 seconds. Trailing our teammate by 8.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in third. Time last lap was a 1:27.4. You're pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff. Okay, that last lap was a 1 minute 27.3. Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon. Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining. Car in front is 3.3 seconds. Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon. Tyre condition still looking good. Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Alonso's ahead of you. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead 3.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 16 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:27.9, and you're closing by 0.4 a lap. Keep it going. P6, you got P6. Alonso ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Gasly's behind you. We're leading the car behind by 9.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. Our gap to first place is 17.9 seconds. Your pit window is open. Pit window currently open. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
Well done, pole position for tomorrow.
Lovely.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
With the sprint wrapped up, we now have our grid line up for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.